Hello, welcome to part 8. So I'm going to try to do these next couple parts as quickly as I can, because my phone is currently at 33%. Okay. So in this part we're going to talk about Gen 7, and I'm going to try to do it pretty quick. Let's see here. Major things that were introduced in this generation. For one, this generation, for some reason, did not have the standard battle 8 gym leaders, get the badges, and then go up against the Elite Four, beat the champion, become said champion, and that's the main story. They had the concept of kahuna battles and, stuff along that variation, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But, yeah, that's the thing that happened. This is also a generation where there was no remakes, but had another round of direct sequels. And there was also, no third version. I actually have no clue what the third version would more likely be called, if there would be a third version. So I'm not even going to guess with that one. But the games for this generation are Sun, Moon, and Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. The region is known as Alola, which is based off of the Hawaiian Islands. So yeah, we have 4 regions based on Japan, 2 regions based on the United States, whether it be the New York metropolitan area or the Hawaiian Islands, and 1 in France, which was the last generation. The next generation? Oh, it ain't either of those 3 countries, but you'll see what it is. So what games have I played of this generation? I only have a digital version of, let's see here, it's Sun. Even though Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon has more stuff in it, I have yet to touch those games. Oh wait, I actually lied. I forgot. There were 2 other whole games that I totally forgot about in this generation, and they are considered as remakes. They are Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. Yeah, you can probably guess what region that's based off of. You guessed it, another game with Kanto. They just cannot get enough of Kanto, can they? This is the 5th generation in a row, well, not really in a row, but in general, that had to deal with Kanto. You have the first 4, which, whatever. And then, like, 3 generations later, in Gen 7, all the way from Gen 4, bam, you got another one. And you have Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, which are supposed to be remakes of Yellow on the, on the original Game Boy. Now the main gimmick with that game is that, yeah, I know it's a Kanto game, but the number of Pokemon that are in that game is 153. Because you have your standard, classic 151, Bulbasaur to Mew, numerical order. But you also add 2 more Pokemon, Meltan and Melmetal, and also it was also a gimmick for people to play Pokemon Go. So yeah, there's that to keep in mind too. And speaking of Pokemon Go, even though it's the main Pokemon game I play, and the main mobile game that I play, and probably the main game I play in general. Like, I spend countless hours in this game. But anyways, Meltan and Melmetal are probably the only legendaries, well, even though they're considered as mythical, the only legendaries that can actually be in a gym, no problem. All the others, nope. Which, you know, makes sense, because if we had other legendaries and, you know, mythicals and Ultra Beasts or whatever when they eventually come out, which we'll get to that in a sec, gyms would be completely broken. And speaking of Ultra Beasts for this generation, that was one of the main gimmicks of this generation, like, as a whole, were these weird Pokemon creations that are pretty much from out of the Pokemon world. They're known as the Ultra Beasts. But yeah, I've played. Obviously, I have a digital copy of Sun. I have yet to touch it, so I don't know what it's like. Let's see here. And then obviously for Let's Go, I have Eevee. I don't remember how far I'm in that game, but I have played it. I think I'm probably around like Vermilion City, like right before you're going up against Lieutenant Surge and like all that shit. Or maybe I'm around Misty, I don't know. So yeah, that's my opinion on Gen 7. And when we come back, we're going to do our 9th and final part, at least of my current walk, because I'm almost home. It's starting to get a little dark out, just a little bit. Sun's about to go down here within probably 20 minutes. And I have to pee, so I'm going to try to wrap it up pretty damn quick. Alright. We'll see you in the last and final part.